Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Anthony, and this is the Wrenched Out Garage. Today, we're going to be talking about the Sena 20S headset for your motorcycle helmet, so stay tuned. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. If this is the first time checking out the Wrenched Out Garage, make sure hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment below, and if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Today is going to be an install video. We're going to be talking about a headset that I've used for the last few years, and that is the Sena 20S. Looks like this, clamps right on the side of the helmet. There's a couple of options, and we're going to talk about what comes in the box and just kind of walk through what this guy has with it. Now, the Sena headset is one of many options to ride with some Bluetooth connectivity. Now, obviously, you have the option of using earbuds, or maybe you're using the Beats wireless, or there's just so many different options that you can be using those. I do like the Sena headset, so let's take a look at it. Now, I'm not going to go through all the parts. There's a lot of pads and pieces that does come with this, but let's kind of start off with the very basics. Now, this is essentially the main piece of it. It does disconnect. It has, let's just walk through it real quick. That's how you charge it and connect it right there on the back. And then you do have some of the function buttons, the jog dial and everything else. We're going to power this guy up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Now, it does have the antenna that pops up if you want that extra, I guess, distance, especially if you're riding with other people. Now, I haven't rode with anybody with the same headset. However, a friend of mine is purchasing this set, so we will be pairing them and riding them. I do use the Sena Bluetooth backpack on my Hero 4 cam. That's how I transmit audio to video while I'm riding. Now, that is my setup. Now, I know there's a lot of other options when it comes to setting this stuff up, but that's what I use. So let's walk through this. Now, I do have it disconnected right now because I was going to take it, or I did take it out of this helmet. But essentially, you have two wired speakers that look like this. They do have Velcro on the back. There's multiple different pads that you can choose from. And then you have two different of these back panels. Now, you have this one, in which I'll show you real quick. This one slides under the neck roll, just like that, and then you clamp it to it. So it's under the neck roll, so your neck roll either needs to be removable or you can kind of pop it out. Like on this one, I ended up pulling the adhesive back a little bit, and then it clamps right down. Now, there is the exterior clamp option. Let me find it here. That looks like this. Same kind of setup, except for it has had adhesive, and then you just clamp it to the exterior or glue it to the exterior. So that is your options on mounting this to the unit. And then, of course, once it is mounted, or prior to mounting, you'll want to figure out how are you going to snake your speakers up to the earpieces. Now, again, there's adhesive, but most newer helmets do have the pockets built into the sides, or there's enough room in there for you to do that. Now, it can be tricky depending on your neck roll and if you're doing exterior or interior, but normally this is going to be a fairly simple install. Obviously, depending on, you're mounting this bad boy on the one side, this will be to your closest ear, this will be the other. This is not interchangeable, but one thing that is interchangeable, let me show you the inside of this, is you have this port here, and obviously you have where the mount itself, this is the disconnect for that, this button right here. This is where the unit itself goes, and then you have your auxiliary, which is if you wanted to run like a 3.5 directly to an audio source and not utilizing Bluetooth, and then you do have another port in the front. Now, the unique part about this front section is this is the mic I generally use, and it does clamp in. So it sits in just like that, and then I bend it too. It does have this mini little windsock on it, and it is a boom mic. So that's one option. It does come with another, which another boom mic, and this, as you can see here, Velcros, and then you just plug it in. So you've got a Velcro option boom mic. And then you have another kind of almost a nicer kind of setup to where really, and let me see, it actually tells you the differences in the mics. This is just your standard wired mic. So you can actually run this and run it to Velcro and then just have it sitting in there instead of having a boom mic installed. So that is your 3 microphone options that it does come with in the box. Now, what else comes in the box? Again, there's a lot of different adhesive, 3M adhesive backers. So for your microphones, for your earpieces, you've got some, like I said, some additional. I'm not going to go through each one of these. And then, of course, you got multiple socks for your boom mics. It does come with full instructions. And then the Allen key to clamp it down. Now, the charger it comes with, it does have this auxiliary charger if you're going to use your 12 volt out of your vehicle or if your motorcycle has one. It has this. I actually use 2 different ones. Let me see, I must have taken the other one. Anyways, it's just a micro USB. It's a really simple, very common charger for it. You do get about an hour. I think it's rated for what? 13 hours of talk time, 10 days of just standby time. I've used this for multiple rides. Most of the time I listen to music. I have taken phone calls on it. And of course I've recorded some moto vlogs with it as well. We are going to change the setup a little bit, and we will be running it on the Wrenched Out Garage with some of our up and coming Garage Talk videos. So make sure, again, subscribe so you guys can check those out. Now, real quick, how is this thing supported? So it's supported a couple of different ways. Let me plug it in here. With this clamp being off, it makes it a little bit difficult. So I'm just going to clamp it back on because it makes it a little easier for me to hold it. Let's see if I can turn it on. And then what I'm going to do, let me get on the phone here. Oops. I'm going to, so we just, oops, we just powered it on. I don't know if you could hear it say hello. So it's blinking. Phone is already connected, so it's that quick. Let's, let me see. Now obviously audio, I'm going to do further tests on this and I'll show you guys in other videos because I'm actually going to show you how we do the backpack and do a full walkthrough once it's all hooked up and we go on a moto vlog ride. And we're going to do some different setups there. But for the sake of this, let me get on, let me see if I can get it to just real quickly play. Let's go to the Wrenched Out Garage YouTube channel. We'll just go to, let's see. Just go to the Camaro refresh video. Let's see if it'll play it. I think.
What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony, and it is Garage. Today we're going to be diving into the Camaro 6.5 or Camaro 6 Gen refresh. So let's dive
All right, so
into this.
right there.
Dive into this bad boy. Alright, so I went on to Google, grabbed some photos, and that's what I'm going to share with you today.
Alright, so that's just a quick example of the sound of it. Obviously your helmet will depend dramatically on the sound quality that you're not only going to get from this, but just overall, because if you have a loud helmet, in which is I was going to do the install onto the Roland Sands. I'm going to run a test on that my Roland Sands Bell helmet. Before I do that install, because that helmet is actually a little bit louder than this helmet. And what that means is when I'm riding, it's gonna add a bunch of unneeded noise to it. So let's take a quick look. It's very simple to install. You just turn it into pairing mode, which you just hold the back button here for 5 seconds, and then it'll say right on there, pairing, and then you just connect via your phone. Now there is the Sena, let's see if it'll load it. For some reason it says connect here. Oh, there it goes. So that is what the app looks like right there on the phone. Very, very simple. You can actually go in and tune settings. Now, you will need to go to, and the reason I had the computer set up is you will need to go to Sena's website. It's a very simple, update process. So you will plug the unit itself in to the computer, and then you'll run an update on it. Again, it'll detect the device, or should detect the device, and then tell you what to do and prompt you from there. So you can firmware upgrade the unit. You can also fine tune some of the settings right there. Now, in addition to that, let me go back to the app on my phone. It's reconnecting, because every time you disconnect from it, and that it doesn't disconnect the phone, it just disconnects the app, because obviously you don't need to run it constantly, the app itself. But you do have, let's see if it'll show it, some of the basic settings here. So you can do your intercom overlays, and I'll go into more details. HD intercom, 8-way, and you can sit there, voice prompt, FM station guide, sine tone, advanced noise control, and a lot of other ones, FM radios, so forth and so on. You also have the user's guide, and then the quick guide is all right here in the app. So it's a very nice and clean, very simple setup. Now again, this guy ranges, I've seen it as low as $200 and as high as about $280. I will put a link below. We are an Amazon affiliate, so if you are interested in this, please hit the link down below. There are other options that Sena does make. I'll put those links down below as well. We do thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this kind of helps if you're looking for a Bluetooth headset. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other options. This one just is quite versatile because you have 3 different mics, multiple adhesive and adherence options. It's easily updated, and it's worked very well for me for the last couple of years with riding. Again, make sure to subscribe so you can watch some of those videos as we continue going and riding with those. Again, this is the Sena 20S. This is what the box looks like right there. I showed you guys most of the stuff that comes in it. If you have any questions, it's very basic too. One thing I guess I kind of, you do have the voice prompting, so you can do that. And then essentially this whole thing, essentially this whole thing is just ran, it only has this back button. It has the lower button, and then it has your jogger, which is your volume.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yep, see, there's no mic hooked up. So it's a very simple and very straightforward setup. So while it is on your helmet, it's easy to mess with if you do need to mess with it at all. Generally, if I'm listening to music, I just throw my music on shuffle and then we ride. I hook it up to this. And again, I'll show you guys what that looks like. I just put it on, I start talking, everything's good to go. It tells me it's paired, tells me it's good to go, and that's pretty much it. So, hey, again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Wrenched Out Garage. Sena 20S, links are down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. We thank you guys for checking it out, and we'll see you guys out on the road. And if not, drive or ride safe. Thanks for tuning in.